Limit your remarks during the program. This is an incredible hall, but it does tend to echo as it's quite old, so really appreciate it if you could limit your remarks during the program. Thank you all for being here, and welcome to the 56th Annual Ag Legislative Day in the state of Illinois. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all so much. Looking around the room, when the agricultural community comes together, we make a far bigger impact than we do when we're alone. Farmers, commodity groups, conservation leaders, agribusiness, our legislators, all bring different perspectives. But we share the same common goal: to strengthen agriculture for generations to come in the state of Illinois. And speaking of generations to come, how about a huge round of applause for all of our youth in agriculture who showed up here today. We do a lot of wonderful things in agriculture in the state of Illinois, but the number one commodity that we have is our youth in agriculture. And when we work together, we don't just advocate for policy. We demonstrate the impact of agriculture on everyday communities in the state of Illinois. From family farms to global markets, Illinois agriculture not only helps feed the state of Illinois, but feeds the world. This event keeps getting bigger. The table keeps growing. Support for agriculture continues to expand in this state, and it reminds us that there is room for more voices. Illinois farmers understand stewardship better than anyone. There is no greater steward of the land than the men and women who work it every single day. They invest in soil health, water quality, sustainability, not just today, but for our future. At this time, we must continue advocating for policies that support Illinois farmers. That includes year-round E15 to support corn growers whose domestic production strengthens rural economies and ensures reliable, affordable fuel options for the entire country. It also includes expanding international markets for Illinois soybeans, an economic driver for this state. The goal is simple: support our farmers, strengthen our rural communities, and keep Illinois' number one industry moving forward. When we work together, we can achieve all of that and much more. Thank you again for being here today, for standing together, and continuing to advocate for Illinois agriculture. I'd like to recognize some very special guests that we have here with us today. Governor J.B. Pritzker. Our Senate Ag Chair, Senator Doris Turner. Representative Charlie Meyer, Minority Spokesperson on the House Ag Committee. Our Illinois FFA President, Natalie Kraft. Illinois State 4-H President, Alex Paul. And Manager alum, Snoop Ragsdale. As well as our Miss Illinois County Fair Queen, Krista Phillips. We are honored to welcome our first guest speaker, Governor J.B. Pritzker. During his time in office, Governor Pritzker has shown unwavering support for agriculture in this state, And I can tell you specifically throughout the last year, he has rallied against federal cuts to agriculture and as well as tariffs that have hurt Illinois farmers. Please help me welcome Governor J.B. Pritzker.
Thank you very much, Director Costello. Let's give them another big round of applause. Doing a terrific job. Well, good morning to everybody. It really is great to be with all of you today. And Illinois Agriculture Legislative Day, as all of you know, gives us an opportunity to gather in celebration of the lifeblood of our economy, our Illinois and American tradition of livelihoods rooted in food production and the small and large rural businesses that are the backbone of our communities. I want to recognize just a few of our distinguished guests. You've heard their names already, but it's important for us to remember them. I'm going to start with, of course, our young people, the pride of Illinois, FFA President Natalie Pratt, 4-H President Alex Paul, Junior Manners alum Sanaya Ragsdale, and 2026 Miss Illinois County Fair Queen Krista Phillips. Thank you all very much for everything that you do for us. Each of them represents the future of Illinois agriculture, and we are so proud of what they've already accomplished in their young lives. Now, I'd also like to recognize my partners in the General Assembly. We've already heard, of course, we have with us today our Senate Agriculture Committee Chair Doris Turner and, of course, Representative Charlie Meyer, but I also want to recognize Senator Andrew Chesney and House Agriculture Committee Chair Sonia Harper. All four of them, and so many more, are great advocates for our agriculture industry and partners in advancing the priorities of rural Illinois. Now, I'm excited today to highlight the extraordinary role that women play in strengthening our agricultural economy and our rural communities. Across the state, nearly 34,000 female producers representing more than a quarter of our agricultural leadership are keeping the industry moving and blazing a trail for the next generation. And I have proudly issued today a proclamation declaring March 2026 as Illinois Month of the Woman Farmer, and am excited to honor the women named in the proclamation, leaders in agricultural education and youth development and state government, including Mindy Elbridge Bunselmeyer. First female state FFA president in Illinois and current Illinois FFA Center Executive Director, Annette Colhagen-Fleck, Annette Colhagen-Fleck, she's also a founder of Illinois Project. May she rest in peace. Betsy Peck, the first female agriculture teacher in Illinois. Janice Seitz, the first woman to serve as 4-H director in Illinois, and Becky Doyle, the first female director of the Illinois Department of Agriculture. Let's give them all a big round of applause. I want to encourage everyone here as leaders in agriculture and public service to continue advancing opportunity for women across every sector that fuels our economy and connects our communities. Illinois farmers feed the world. Soybeans, corn, pork, beef, pumpkin, horseradish, biofuels, food processing, and more. Ours are the staples that keep the world powered and moving forward. And of course, it's all powered by our farmers. Illinois is first in the Midwest in export sales and fourth in the nation. Working with farmers, rural businesses, farm bureaus, and ag innovators, I've continued to work and coordinate with both sides of the aisle to protect our rural communities and expand opportunity for farmers and food producers. Together, we've made the largest upgrades to infrastructure in state history, from roads and bridges to broadband to rural healthcare expansion. keeping rural communities connected and prosperous is a high priority for our administration. We've attracted brand new industries and markets like biomanufacturing, sustainable aviation fuel production, and biofermentation. Working with Illinois farmers so that they can remain competitive in today's uncertain world economy. We've protected the health and stability of the industry by expanding the number of meat and poultry inspectors and hiring more field veterinarians to prevent disease outbreaks. And in the face of trade wars and tariffs imposed by the federal government, we took state action, declaring an agricultural trade crisis that directed our state agencies to take immediate action promoting domestic markets for agricultural commodities and expanding health resources for rural communities. I went straight to our trade partners in Canada, in Mexico, in Europe, and across Asia and beyond to keep our economic ties strong and make sure that customers for our agricultural products in Illinois didn't target their ire on Illinois farmers. To all the farmers here and across our state, we have your backs. Director Costello and I will work with the General Assembly and all of you here today to do all that we can at the state level to counter the ill effects of the uncertain global market. In just a few short months, I'll be excited to put the agriculture industry on display once again in one of, our most historic traditions, the Illinois State Fair. And on that note, I am proud today to make an exciting announcement about this year's fair. On Saturday, August 22nd, the superstar trio, The Chips, will headline the Illinois Lottery Grandstand stage. It's just the latest of the powerhouse performances that we've brought to Springfield at the state fairs over the last 7 years. And I look forward to seeing you all there. I'm pleased to see so many of you have come to Springfield today to make your voices heard. Now more than ever, we need you and, frankly, your voices in this fight to ensure that our farmers, our rural communities, and our broader agriculture industry remain thriving and prosperous. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Governor Pritzker, and honestly greatly appreciate your support. As chair of the Governor's Rural Affairs Council, Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton champions Illinois agriculture. Lieutenant Governor Stratton unfortunately could not be with us here today, but she sent a statement, and I would invite our recently appointed Assistant Director, Christy Jones, to share her statement. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, this is one dynamic woman in agriculture speaking for another.
Thank you, Director Costello. I'm Christy Jones, Acting Assistant Director at the Illinois Department of Agriculture, and it's a privilege to be able to make these remarks for Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, who is truly a champion for Illinois agriculture. Good morning, everyone. While I can't be with you in person, please know I'm with you in spirit and thinking of you as you gathered today. Thank you, Director Costello, for bringing this community together and for your steadfast service in uplifting Illinois agriculture. As you know, Illinois is a much larger and more diverse state than people often realize. 75% of our state is farmland. You've heard me say, ag connects us all. I've seen that truth time and time again while living and working in this great state. Whether we realize it or not, every one of our lives is touched by agriculture. Every time we sit down for dinner with our families or grab a bite to eat with friends, we are part of the system. So are the many Illinoisans who go to work each day to support it. Agriculture is the foundation of our state's economy. There's a reason it holds the #1 industry spot in Illinois. Working with our communities, we want to expand access and create pathways for underrepresented groups to thrive in the agriculture sector. regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum, and regardless of whether you and I agree on every issue, I know we share a common vision, a stronger, more resilient, and more vibrant future for Illinois. We will continue to fight for Illinois agriculture and for the families who rise before the sun to care for their farms, the workers who transport our food, and everyone involved in the journey from farm to table. We'll make sure that every community has the opportunity to participate in and contribute to its success. From farm to store to kitchen, Illinois plays a role in every part of the supply chain. Today, on Ag Legislative Day, I am proud to thank each and every agricultural worker who supports our state and helps keep Illinois strong. Best regards, Lieutenant Governor Juliana Strauss.
Thank you, Christy. And if I may ask again in the back, could we please try to keep it down? We're getting a little noise feedback up here. Obviously, we have media here as well. And thank you, Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, who is absolutely someone who's had unwavering support for agriculture in this state. So now let's hear from the next generation of ag leaders in the state of Illinois. Illinois FFA President Natalie Pratt is a 2025 graduate of Amboy High School in Lee County, where she was an active member of the Amboy FFA. After Natalie's year of service, she will attend Oklahoma State University to study agricultural education with a minor in agricultural policy. After graduation, Natalie plans to find an internship in Washington, D.C., and eventually teach agriculture education at high school in Illinois. She's the daughter of Katie and Andy Pratt. Please help me welcome Natalie. And Natalie, I think we may be able to help you find an internship in D.C.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Natalie Pratt, and it is an honor to stand in front of you today as State President of the Illinois Association FFA. I am joined today by my 5 amazing teammates, Coben Case, Ethan Bremer, Kyle Bradshaw, Cadence Wooten, and Paige Sheeran, as well as the over 650 FFA members that have traveled to Springfield today to join us for Ag Legislative Day. We are here today to celebrate the remarkable impact of Illinois FFA and agricultural education that has taken place across this past year. Each of these members that have joined us today represent not only a local FFA chapter, an agricultural education program, but a community that believes in the power of agriculture and leadership development. Over the past year, agriculture education and FFA have continued to make a remarkable impact across our state. In classrooms, laboratories, greenhouses, and farms, students are developing career-ready skills through hands-on learning, leadership experiences, and diverse opportunities within the agricultural industry. It is so important to recognize that the remarkable impact that we have would not be possible without our amazing leaders. Governor Pritzker has a genuine love for arguably one of the best parts of the summer, the Illinois State Fair. You can regularly spot him watching the youth succeed throughout the fair, and he takes a genuine pride in purchasing the grand champion steer at the auction. Director Costello leads with boots on the ground, literally. You can catch him walking in the State Fair parade beside FFA members, having conversations with them, connecting, and cultivating that community relationship that is the FFA and the Department of Agriculture. And Lieutenant Governor Stratton, her message of Ag Connects Us All has been a rally call for all of us in agricultural education to take that next step with the levels in our state. You might have heard that my team and I have selected the state theme of Spark this year because we believe that agricultural education does exactly that. It sparks something inside our students. And just like a spark can ignite a flame, the opportunities created through agricultural education can ignite lifelong careers, meaningful service, and a commitment to strengthening our communities. Today, that spark is alive right here in the Capitol. FFA members, legislators, advocates, and leaders are gathered here today, connected by a shared belief in the future of agriculture. Today, we are creating opportunities for students, supporting farmers and producers for the state of Illinois, and investing in an industry that impacts every single person in this room. Because when we invest in agricultural education, we are not just supporting a program. We are sparking the future of agricultural education across Illinois. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Natalie, and terrific job. Now I'd like to introduce Alex Paul from Wayne County. Alex is a 5-year 4-H member and currently serves as president of the Illinois 4-H Youth Leadership Team. Alex is the son of Steve and Rachel Paul. He is currently a student at the University of Illinois, where he continues to grow in his passion for leadership and civic engagement. Alex is studying accountancy and is interested in working in law with the hope of shaping public policy. Let's welcome Alex. And Alex, we could use you in public policy, sir.
Good morning, and thank you, Director Costello, for that warm welcome. As he said, my name is Alex Paul, and I'm here representing the University of Illinois Extension Illinois 4-H program. But more importantly, I'm here as a product of it. When I first found 4-H, I had just moved to rural Wayne County, Illinois from Cook County. That shift was a difficult one, and 4-H quickly gave me a place of comfort in that difference. At first, it was just something to try, but before long, it became a place where I genuinely started to grow, learning how to lead and how to connect with people that were different from me. I still remember my first time walking into this room for Ag Legislative Day, trying to build the courage just to introduce myself to someone that I didn't know. But this morning, just a few years later, I got the opportunity to walk in confident, not just in myself, but in the program which I represent. That change didn't happen by accident. It happened because 4-H didn't just prepare me for the next club meeting or my next book report. It prepared me for whatever came next. It made me beyond ready for the world. And what's powerful about that is that my story sits right at the intersection of Illinois agriculture. I lived in Cook County, where agriculture can sometimes feel distant, though it represents and supports every single individual, but also lived in rural Illinois, in the place that I am so proud to call home. Through 4-H, I have seen where that unity can be so important. I've seen what happens when those two places come together. I've sit in rooms where people from Chicago and Southern Illinois and everywhere in between learn side by side, some experiencing agriculture for the very first time and some seeing the impact of what they've been surrounded with their entire lives. What I've learned is this. Agriculture in Illinois is not just one story, it's all of our stories. It's rural and urban, it's 4-H and FFA and manners, it's tradition and innovation. When those pieces come together, when we're unified in agriculture, we don't just build programs, we don't just build projects, we build leaders, we build communities, and we build the future of Illinois agriculture. I've seen that unity in action. I saw it when I was selected to serve on the National Youth Leadership Team, representing more than 6 million 4-H members across the country. I saw it on stage in Nebraska, emceeing the opening ceremony in front of more than 2,000 individuals, but I've seen it in the smaller moments too. In workshops, while mentoring younger members, or helping plan events that develop Illinois youth. Each of those experiences built on the last pushed me further, made me more ready for college and for my career. But what's important to recognize is that none of that is possible without your support. I'm standing here today because the state of Illinois chooses to support programs like Illinois 4-H. It chooses to support the youth of Illinois, and that's not just right, that's not just smart, but it is essential to the future of our state and of our country and of our way of life. When you invest in 4-H, you're not just supporting a program, you're supporting a workforce. You're supporting agriculture as a whole. You're developing leaders who are ready to step into rooms just like this one and make an impact. I started as a kid who didn't know where he fit, trying to find a place in rural Illinois, coming from the suburbs. But today, I serve as the Illinois 4-H president. I help lead and represent more than 200,000 Illinois 4-Hers from Boone to Alexander counties and everywhere in between. And that is directly because of the support of the state of Illinois, the support of each and every one of you in this room, and I am so thankful. So I would encourage you, as you look at our youth today on agriculture education or agricultural legislative day, as you see the FFA members and the 4-Hers and the ACES staff running the Capitol, continue to support the number one industry in the state of Illinois, because it will support the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex, and you are absolutely rocking that green blazer, as Governor Pritzker said earlier. Now I'd like to introduce Sanaya Ragsdale. Sanaya is a Chicago Southside native who began high school with an interest in political science. But after experiencing the farms and gardens at the Gary Comer Youth Center, she changed to agricultural education. She started at the after-school program, Green Teens, joining the newly chartered Junior Manners chapter, and then graduated to an urban farmer apprentice working on the Comer Youth Farm, and later became the agricultural education intern. Sanaya was then promoted to the agricultural instructor, now leading the Green Teens program, the program that began her agricultural journey. Please welcome Sanaya.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sanaya Ragsdale. I'm a Manners alumni, a mentor, and an urban agricultural instructor at the Gary Comer Youth Center. I started my agricultural journey when I was in my first year of high school, when I got approached by my mentor, Amanda Anderson, about a potential opportunity to work with my community. I began to help with food access, learning how to eat better, and simply learning about nature. Throughout my time in high school, I joined a program called Green Teens, where not only was I getting educated in agriculture, but I also was getting workforce prepared, learning skills, building leadership, and gaining experience. The longer I was a Green Teen, the more I got to see the world in a different light than what I've seen on the south side of Chicago. I was able to learn about adaptability, change, and that people from all walks of life contributed to making agriculture help our world become more of a better place. I learned so much during my time as a Green Team that I knew that I needed to do more, take more action, and make a change. I wasn't the only person that thought like this, so when I wanted to do more, I was right at home at the Gary Coleman Youth Center. There, I was able to expand my horizons in different sides of agriculture, such as hydroponics and horticulture. I was able to connect actual farm-to-table experiences with myself and community. Being in Green Teams introduced me into Manners, which manages the minorities in agriculture, natural resources, and related sciences. Attending my first Manners conference, I was intrigued, but there were people doing things all over the country that I wasn't even aware of. Manners recently hosted a conference in Chicago where all urban farmers across Chicago were able to connect and get to know each other. Manners is a program that works to open doors and create opportunities for youth who want to take action on agricultural careers. Manners offers mentorships, provides scholarships, and helps find jobs and build a community where all walks of life can come together for one purpose, and that's to take care and protect our planet that God has gifted us. My goal is to try and reach everyone, to tell them how important it is to protect our environment, that a simple seed can go a long way. I believe that agriculture and science should be taught in schools from elementary to high school. Working with youth firsthand, I've seen for myself the positive effects agriculture has with the youth, from better classroom management to team building to thinking critically. It's a survival skill, a necessity. It should be something all of us humans should know how to do. A commonality that we all share is living here on this planet. In a world facing climate change, food insecurity, and health challenges, this isn't optional knowledge, it's essential.
Thank you so much, Lanai, and great job. Next up is Krista Phillips. Krista is the reigning 2026 Miss Illinois County Fair Queen from Effingham County. Krista will graduate from the University of Illinois in May with a bachelor's degree in business management and marketing. She plans to return to Effingham to pursue her dream of opening a small business and giving back to her community. Krista is the daughter of Glenn and Jenny Phillips. Please help me welcome Krista.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Krista Phillips, and I'm your 2026 Miss Illinois County Fair Queen. When I heard that my first public event as queen would be attending Agriculture Legislative Day here today, I didn't know what to expect, but I was very excited. While this isn't an event I had attended before, it didn't take long for me to understand the importance of this day and the impact it has on farmers across Illinois. We gather here to advocate for agriculture within education, sustainability, policy, funding, and more. But most of all, we are here to ensure the voices of rural communities are heard. With this in mind, I am honored to be able to share my experience with agriculture and get to contribute a small moment to this extraordinary day. Agriculture has always been present in my life, just like it has in all of yours. Growing up in Effingham, Illinois, it's no secret that farmers make the world go around. I was fortunate to learn this at a young age while visiting my grandparents' farm just down the road from my house. Whether my cousins and I were playing in the barn, watching my grandpa on the tractor, checking on our chickens, or even just helping my mom in the garden, agriculture found its way into my life. These small memories remind me that farming is truly a family affair. It can be passed down through generations, shaped by shared values, strengthened by love and commitment. In fact, over 93% of farms in Illinois are family-owned, and that is a testament to the generations that have dedicated their lives to feeding our state and our nation. Agriculture is also about showing up every day, no matter the weather or no matter the challenges one may face. Illinois has roughly 70,000 farms, which produce billions of dollars in agricultural products every year. Behind those numbers are families making tough decisions, caring for animals, protecting their land, and contributing to food security. They are the ones that show us what true responsibility is. Despite the challenges farmers face, agriculture makes me hopeful for the future. I see hope in the youth, like all of you FFA members here today. You're passionate about agriculture and eager to carry it forward. You inspire others, like myself, to ask questions and learn more. I see hope and innovations that make farming more sustainable and efficient. I got to see this firsthand by visiting a local farm in Effingham County, and they showed me how robotic milking systems are saving time and energy while ensuring we get the highest quality of products. Most importantly, I see hope in events like this one, where farmers, students, and legislators come together to listen, learn, and act. Agriculture has shaped who I am in apparent and hidden ways. I'm proud to be someone who has grown up surrounded by this world of agriculture and to help advocate for an industry that sustains families, communities, and our future. Thank you all for your time today, and thank you for supporting the future of agriculture.
Thank you so much, Krista. And how about a huge round of applause for our youth in agriculture that spoke today? And now I'd like to recognize some important guests that we have with us from the General Assembly, members of the Senate and House Ag Committees, each of whom are extremely valuable partners to agriculture in the state of Illinois. We will begin with Senate Agriculture Committee Chairwoman Doris Turner. Senator Turner has been a strong and steady supporter of agriculture in the state of Illinois. Senator Turner represents the 48th Legislative District, following a long and productive tenure on both the Springfield City Council and the Sangamon County Board. Please help me welcome Senator Turner. She is a tireless champion of youth and agriculture in the state. And also, please give her a big round of applause, because she was a catalyst in making sure the state paid FFA dues for anyone taking ag classes in the state of Illinois.
Good morning, and welcome to the 48th District. As chair of the Senate Ag Committee, it is an honor to join you this morning to kick off the absolute best day of the year, Ag Day. Illinois' ag industry is one of the driving forces for our state and plays a role in almost everything we do. It drives jobs, exports, and innovation. Agriculture is an essential and legacy industry to Illinois, and it's a huge part of our economy and a huge part of the nation's economy within Illinois. As a Springfield native, I have spent my entire life here in central Illinois, where corn and soybean fields fill our land. But we are not just soybeans and corn. We are cattle, wheat, sorghum, and I will tell you, until I met my husband from Southern Illinois, I didn't know anything about that sorghum molasses stuff that he absolutely loves. But we have it right here in the 48th District, I want you to know. Poultry, fruits, and vegetables. Illinois also produces several specialty crops such as buckwheat, horseradish, ostriches, did you know that? Fish, and yes, even Christmas trees. This is what makes Illinois a champion in the agriculture industry. I believe in working together with the industry from students to farmers, and it takes each one of us to continue uplifting and supporting our ag industry. I had the opportunity to spend some time with a group of FFA students yesterday, and I will tell you, every moment that I spend with them, I become more energized and more hopeful regarding the future of agriculture. There are some phenomenal young people. Those of you that you saw up here on the stage today, it's just, like the pinhead of what we have in Illinois when it comes to our young people in agriculture. And we need to do everything that we possibly can in whatever way we possibly can to support them in everything that they're trying to do, because they are definitely the future of agriculture in our state. Together, students, farmers, advocates, and a collaborative force of stakeholder communities, we can together find the best solutions that will boost our farmers, the environment, and the people of Illinois. Addressing agriculture concerns and priorities all over Illinois requires a multifaceted approach in which collaboration is needed by policymakers like myself and my colleagues, farmers, and of course stakeholders like each and every one of you in this room today. So we can work together to provide solutions that will benefit agriculture all around the state. I look forward to continuing this work with my colleagues in the Senate and the House and stakeholders throughout the state to better the lives of our farmers and all the other stakeholders in this agricultural space that we all treasure so much. So I would like to thank our ag community gathered here today. Because of your advocacy and your love of ag, that fight definitely continues. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Turner. Unfortunately, minority spokesperson for Senate Ag Committee, Senator Chesney, could not be with us here today. So we will turn to the House of Representatives, which, being a former member, I'm a little partial. So it's my pleasure to talk a little bit about Ag and Conservation Committee in the House of Representatives, which is led by Representative Sonia Harper. She's been a member of the Illinois House of Representatives since 2015, and she represents the 6th District. She's the chairperson of Agriculture and Conservation, and she is the first person of color to serve in that role. I would also like to acknowledge in the month of women in agriculture and the year of women in agriculture in this country, we have 2 African American females serving as chairpersons for the Senate and the House Ag Committees, something which I think is an incredible honor for the state of Illinois. How about a round of applause for both of them? And Alex, I think you and I are becoming outliers because we have Natalie as president of FFA, Sanaya. Women are taking over agriculture in the state of Illinois, and we're thankful. And it's a great thing. Now it's my honor to bring up Chairwoman Sonia Harper.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Illinois State Capitol. I want to thank the Illinois Department of Agriculture for the invitation to join you today. I am grateful. I'm so grateful to see so many farmers, ag organizations, and especially our FFA students here for Agricultural Legislative Day. As chair of the House Ag and Conservation Committee, I take my responsibility seriously to make sure that agriculture remains strong in Illinois, not just for today, but for the generations that will follow. So my focus is simple. We must support all farmers, protect our farmland, strengthen farm families, and make sure that emerging and future farmers have a real pathway into this industry. Illinois agriculture only succeeds when everyone has the opportunity to succeed, from our multi-generational family farms, to specialty crop growers, to urban agriculture, and to young people who are just getting started. That means investing in infrastructure, protecting our land and water, expanding markets, and making sure that our policies reflect the realities that farmers face every day. I want to thank each and every one of you for the work that all of you do to feed this state, to fuel our economy, and to carry forward one of the most important traditions in Illinois. Your voice matters here in the Capitol, and today is about making sure that your voices are heard. Again, thank you for being here, thank you for your partnership,
and I wish you all a successful agricultural legislative day.
Thank you, Chairwoman Harper, a true champion for urban agriculture and local foods in the state of Illinois. The minority spokesperson for the House Ag Committee is Charlie Meyer. Representative Meyer serves in the 109th House District. He's a strong and knowledgeable advocate for Illinois agriculture. He resides in Washington County on his family's centennial farm. Please welcome my good friend, Representative Charlie Meyer.
It's great to be here for Ag Day today. Being one of the last speakers, I want to go back to what some of our other speakers said. When you said, Alex, you said you were a product of FFA. I am a state rep because of FFA and 4-H. Those are the organizations that got me to being a state rep. I am one of the few people who came to the ag industry with no college education, but still came here to represent the people of Illinois, bringing that ag background from 4-H and FFA forward. So that supporting these programs are supporting our future. When we talk about women in ag, my mom was a town girl, married a farmer. When my dad told her to go get a fart, she ran in the house and got a table fart. Not quite what he wanted for the silage. But my favorite memories going back on the farm are me and my mom doing the milking every morning before I went to school and every night when I came home. That was our time together. Mothers, women, working together with agriculture. They are a very important part in the agricultural picture from the beginning to the end. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So for all those things, we are very grateful. Now, I stand here today, and we are here without the FFAers in here. But it's our responsibility for the FFAers and the 4-H to make sure they have a bright future. We have to work towards it. We have to come together, Republicans and Democrats alike, and move legislation to protect agriculture in Illinois. We want to keep the family farm a family farm. We won't sell grandma. We shouldn't have to sell a family farm to pay inheritance tax in the future. So let's work together and see what we can do. It is possible to work together, and we have to find a way. We have a lot of opportunity out there. I carried a lot of bills, whether we're helping with the wine industry, the poultry industry, the small family farm, the new urban farms, which I've never even heard of before until Sonia got in. It's our responsibility to work to make all of these better, to secure our place in Illinois. We need to use Illinois. We need to buy Illinois. We should be running, the Chicago Park District runs 100% biodiesel for all their equipment up there. We need to go ahead and keep pushing these things through and use more of our products right here in Illinois. And that's all of us working together so that these kids that we're talking about today have that future, that they don't move out of Illinois, but they come back to Illinois. And that's all of our jobs here, to work together to make agriculture stay the number one industry in the state of Illinois. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Meyer. My favorite Charlie Meyer quote, during the budget impasse of the Rauner years, and he said it on the record, he said, "Governor, send the budget to the Ag Committee. We're bipartisan. We'll have it done in a week." Illinois farmers know better than anyone that agriculture is a challenging industry. Yet, year after year, they demonstrate this strength. They demonstrate this resilience, and they demonstrate perseverance. No matter the obstacles, they continue to show up, work hard, and build a legacy for generations to come. The entire team at the Illinois Department of Agriculture is proud to stand alongside each and every one of you. We remain deeply committed to support Illinois farmers, and working together, we will continue to feed the world. And as I think about these students that we heard from today this morning, we're reminded why this work matters so much. Because together, we build a future where they can lead with confidence, ready to build upon strong, innovative, and sustainable agriculture. We as a community must stay together and support our youth. And I'd like to end on something that I consider to be upbeat. I want to talk to you for 1 minute about the Farm Family Resource Initiative, which is something that we as the Department of Agriculture work with SIU School of Medicine on. It's a helpline. I'm sure many of you are aware we are going through troubling times in agriculture, especially from a financial aspect. The stability of agriculture and some of the decisions being made are causing catastrophic movements, whether it be fertilizer, input costs, whatever the case may be. It is a lot of stress and strain on farmers. Please remember this number, 833-FARM-SOS, 833-FARM-SOS. Do not be afraid to talk to one of your friends or neighbors, or if you need help yourself, please reach out. It is not a sign of weakness to reach out and ask for help. It's a sign of strength. There's a helpline, a text option, an email option, and 6 free telehealth visits with a mental health professional, a 100% confidential way of accessing this help. So thank you all so much. Thanks for your dedication to the future of agriculture in this state, and to our youth that are getting ready to storm the Capitol and talk to our legislators. Go in there and tell our story. You are the absolute best that we have to offer in the state of Illinois. Walk in there and own it. Thank you.